introduce you to our next comic. Give it up for Liz Chavez.
Hey.
Kevin's here for you. So am I. We love you.
Hey. Well, as you can tell by my last name, Chavez, I'm Mexican. So I come from a pretty big family, over 200 people, in fact. I'm going to a funeral soon. Whose? I don't know. Someone's bound to die. It's in the numbers. They die because they're old, sick, or stupid. Or should I say because they were old, sick, or stupid? I've been to so many funerals. I think I should make a career change, like a professional crier, spy coffee curator, or to wrap it up in a nice package, funeral planner. I see mahogany caskets, scented lilies, and rum coffee. You need a planner. Things can go wrong at a funeral, like the body being delivered late. It's kind of embarrassing with the mourners if you are the host and the headliner isn't there. And you don't even have an opening act. Some people have it worse, like my friend Rosie. When her grandma died, they went to the cemetery, you know the drill, cry, cry, sob, sob. Then they noticed the casket didn't fit in the hole.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The diggers, they had one job. One job. The cousins put the grandma aside, jumped in, and started digging. Turns out 3 inches do make a difference. Who knew? Meanwhile, the family is looking at the hole, looking at the casket, looking at each other. What do you say in a moment like that? How you been? How's the weather? They should have used the metric system. Poor grandma. Talk about not fitting in anywhere. She needed a funeral planner. There's an easy solution for small hole issues. It's called cremation. That's what Rosie did on the next funeral when her cousin died. It was so practical that she volunteered to take the ashes to her cousin's hometown. Very nice of her, but nobody bothered to tell her the memorial got postponed. This wouldn't have happened if they had a funeral planner. That's all I'm saying. So what does Rosie do? Look for a room to freshen up and hang out with her cousin. The hotel doesn't want her to stay with the ashes. She's like, it's cool. He's my cousin. The manager is like, ma'am, ashes are not allowed. They end up clogging up the pipes. Rosie is like, okay, sir, but I don't think ashes are your main pipe cloggers. She just ended up getting a tour around the city and seeing the sights one last time with her cousin. Mm-hmm. My mom has the best intention in this type of scenario, but not the best attention span. A bank coworker of hers passed away. She goes to pay her respects to the coworker's family. She sits in the front row, staring on the floor to avoid seeing the body, as one does. My grandma goes with my mom for moral support. She doesn't know anybody, so she speaks to the family. The relatives are like, oh, I didn't know women worked on the boat. My mom hears this and immediately covers her face. My grandma doesn't know what to do. My mom's actual co-workers get there and my mom is like this. The co-workers are calling her, this is the wrong person, it's the wrong body. She continues like this. They have to carry her out. She was busting out laughing. Mascara running down her face. She finally recovers and they go to the right room. Till this day, they say, damn, she really cared about that person. I say, she wouldn't have gotten to the wrong room if they had had a funeral planner. And that's my time for today.
Boom. Nice. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, great. Liz, awesome. That was great. So you were at 625. So okay. Just make sure that when I do the little thumbs up that you acknowledge it. I had a little lag, so I couldn't tell if you saw it or not.
No,
so
I didn't see it.
Okay, you were at 625. So the only reason I bring that up is to just have us calibrate and make sure that we're doing a good job with like figuring out what a 5-minute set looks like and squishing. If there's stuff in the set that we can squish in a little bit to make it end at 5, that's what we want to do. Yeah. Otherwise, this is a great set. I'm super excited about it. I love the conversation. Old sick. Hold on one second. We're gonna jump in just a second. There we go, Janelle. Okay. When in my stand-up classes, I always teach AB3. So AB3 for me is A, establish a pattern. B, support the pattern. AB, what do we expect next? We expect C. AB3 teaches us to upend the pattern, right? AB3. You say old, sick, ... to build the tension, stupid. Perfect example of AB3. Okay, nice work. You are talking about professional crier. Here's my suggestion. When you're talking, go back up to the top of your set really quickly. When you look at professional crier, the next thing after that, and then there's a funeral planner. Say those 3 things really quickly.
To speed that up, okay. Professional criers by coffee curator, or to wrap it up in a nice package, a funeral planner.
Okay, so professional crier, whatever is after professional crier. The funeral planner is a callback that you circle back to several times throughout your set. So you definitely want to include funeral planner. But in order to include funeral planner, we want the first 2 things. What I'm getting is that funeral planner is the most important part. We have to have that because you reference it several times later. So the first 2 things need to be a more squiggly, more funny thing. AB3, funeral planner is the 3. So if funeral planner is the 3, we have to have the A and the B be something else, right? So instead of what I love that you did here is professional crier. What's another thing that at a funeral that we could add in for the second one so that we could set up the funeral planner as the solid thing? Professional crier.
Flower arranger.
Okay, great. Yeah. So it has to be like erratic flower arranger, something silly, because the professional funeral planner is the third thing, and it's like serious because it's referenced afterwards. So we definitely want to retain that funeral planner. So the first two things have to be kind of silly to make the third thing that is serious work, right? AB, it has to be the exception to the AB. So professional crier works, right? Erratic flower arranger could also work, or you could switch it out for something that's also silly, something silly. You know what I mean? So, like over enthusiastic greeter or like literally whatever, right? Like anything that's silly, serious. Yeah. And the reason why we're keeping that third thing serious is because you reference it in the rest of your set. Now, my preference would be serious, silly. But because you use that third thing so many times later, I feel it's important to do silly, serious. Because you also circle back and call that out. So I like those suggestions. Okay, great. I really like that you say old, sick, stupid. My suggestion to you is that right before you say stupid, put a little pause before to build the tension and a little pause after to allow for people to laugh. Right? Because it's like, oh, yeah, they're old, they're sick, they're stupid. That's a great line because it's like old and sick are two things we expect. AB, we expect that. Stupid is the third thing. It's the departure from the normal, right? AB 3. So a little pause before, little pause afterwards. When you're talking about, the body being delivered late, comma, there should be a joke. She was either always on time or she was always late. She was always on time. And this time the body was delivered late. Oh, she'd roll over in her grave if she knew this. You know what I mean? But in those heels, not in those heels that she won't, or she was always late. So it's no surprise that once again, she didn't make it here on time. It's it's a say it a different way kind of joke. So we know that she's always late. She didn't arrive here on time is the phrasing we're using because you're saying the same thing in a different way. That way the audience doesn't, it lands better because you're saying it differently. So it seems fresh. Does that make sense? I love this whole bit you have about it didn't fit. Fantastic. I love that. Oh my gosh. 3 inches did make a difference. Turns out 3 inches does make a difference. ... Gentlemen. Blink, blink, blink. And then you move on to the next piece. Because that's what you're actually saying here, right? And that's why it's so funny, right? Turns out 3 inches does make a difference. Pause, stare, tension builds, ... Gentlemen, and hold for the release of tension, and then you move on to the next line. Nice. That's what I would suggest to build in. What do you say? You talking about not fitting. That's so great. Hasn't died. The ashes, pipes clogging. Okay, so the ashes part, that part was a little slow for me because it wasn't. So all that's missing is make it a stronger point of view. So POV, point of view. Make it more like the ashes are a character. That's how you have to make it. Because right now it's like kind of like, oh there's ashes. No, make it a character. Talk about the container the ashes are in. We got this at a yard sale. She would have appreciated how thrifty we were. Or, no, we bought it at the height of it. Like, we got it at Christmas. It was super expensive. We paid the extra money because we knew she didn't want some cheap shit. Right? So whichever direction, it doesn't matter. But what we're doing is we're creating the container for the ashes as an actual character. And then when we're carrying it around, we're like, hey guys, what's up? Oh, what's up, bachelorette party? What's up, birthday party? Ashes, it's their birthday. I mean, death party. Like, make it It's a character. When you celebrating your birthday, awesome. She's celebrating her death day. Like, what you see what I'm saying? Like, get a strong point of view and double down on that. This is a character. Treat it like such, right? It's because when you get in here, you're talking about, yeah, the ashes aren't allowed. Where are the ashes not allowed? Let's have fun. This is the lie that tells the truth. Now we're talking about comedy. Where are places that ashes absolutely should not be? Anywhere where there are winds, right? Okay, great. Mm-hmm. So where are there places with winds? I'm going to take my grandma to the iFly. No, you're fucking not. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is what you can play with. You have a bin full of ashes or a ceramic thing full of ashes. What you do is you identify where are the most dangerous places for a pile of ashes to be. And then you go and visit those places and explore what could happen. It's the lie that tells the truth. Mm-hmm. The iFly, top of a cliff. A Beyonce video, a fan, right? Like where are there places where there's going to be a fan, something that's going to blow that shit to smithereens? Like that's where lie that tells the truth. This is comedy, so it's not storytelling, it's comedy. So you have some flex. Okay, cool. Boo, 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 boo. Best intentions. Not best interactions. I love that phrase. It's great. Yeah, it's great. I also really liked your callbacks. Nice job. That's really great, right? You kept going back to your callback where you talk about the funeral planner. That wouldn't have happened if we had a funeral planner. Find other ways. Like, iFly. We're going to get delayed for 45 minutes. You know what? That wouldn't have happened with a funeral planner. Like, find ways to fold that in, and you're already doing that. It's great. So, Liz, nice job. Yeah, right, Laurel? Yes. Ashes at an amusement park, roller coaster. What if we're at the aquarium? They get dumped into what would make it the worst possible place, an endangered species aquarium. These are the last 4 tigerfish known to man, and now they're feeding on these remains. Dangerous. They're going to die. It's all your fault. Do you see what I'm saying? Raise the stakes. That's where comedy lives. Raise the stakes. Yeah. Perfect. All right. Great job. Great, Liz. Great job. All right, cool. Kevin is just here to support. Janelle,